guys, welcome back to another episode.
Hello. How are you doing, Jess?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. How's your week been?
My week has been good. I've been pretty tired because I switched over to the day shift and that's
Right.
been quite a struggle. Not like sleep wise because like my sleep's always been messed up,
Yeah.
but just like I didn't realize how much I depend on my partner to grab my stuff for me.
Oh, yeah.
And so the first day I could not go to bed. I was like up at 3 and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to be up at 5 in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
crazy.
laid down and I literally woke up like at 5:42 and I was like, oh my gosh. So literally just ran out the door, put clothes on, and then sped to work, got there like just in time.
Oh, thank God, yeah.
But of course, I had no snacks, no food, nothing.
Yeah.
And then the second day, I slept pretty bad, but I remembered to pack a lunch. But then when I got to work, I go and I turn to the backseat to grab it. I forgot to even put it in the car.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, oh, but I'm not used to getting my own stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can see how that's an adjustment, having to now be literally accountable for everything that you bring.
Get all my stuff. Well, and then I was leaving and I had to go back in because I forgot my lunchbox and my bag the other day because it was in the break room, but usually my partner will grab it for me, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so spoiled.
That's so funny. I like that though, that you're spoiled in that sense.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's something that I feel like it's so little that I never even noticed, but it's such an inconvenience for me now to have to get all my own stuff and be accountable for everything. And I'm like, oh, I was like, I just got too comfortable.
That's interesting because I feel like that kind of goes into a few episodes ago when we were talking about being more aware of the things, you know what I mean? Because I feel the same about, I won't go too deep into it, but driving, being a passenger princess, I feel like I don't really realize how lucky I am to just be able to be driven most of the places that I go, and then until I have to drive myself, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to do this all the time. I'm actually extremely lucky, and I feel like that happens a lot probably in long-term relationships where you just have all these patterns you already do. It kind of goes over your head until it's changed, and now you're like, oh snap, I was in a really lucky position, you know? So it's pretty funny.
Yes. Besides that, I really like my training. It's been going well.
Nice.
It's interesting to see the different pace and dynamic of the opposite shift of ours, which is the 3 shifts, but day and night shifts always in constant whatever.
Yeah, opening, closing, or whatever, basically.
And it's cool. It's interesting. I feel like for me personally, it feels like it's more slow paced, and when everyone asks me oh, how is it compared to night shift, and I'm like, well, it seems more slow paced, and they get kind of offended. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, maybe you're just something. And I'm like,
a good worker, a worker.
Yeah, I don't know.
No hate.
It's interesting.
No hate. I'm just, that's crazy because I believe you, and you're saying that it's slow pace, and yet we still always have whip on our shift from them.
Yeah, and I had noticed some stuff, and I pointed it out to I asked, I was like, hey, do you guys do work first in first out? No, I'm just kidding. Which and they're like, well, you get we have downtimes because of the presses and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, so do we.
We've had hours.
Yeah, and I guess what someone told me was that they just have a lower drop than us, and because they have less people than us, it's
computed that way or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy because in the area where I usually work, they have 3 people there all the time.
No matter how many?
No matter how many.
What? How many or how many whatever the fuck. However, wait, hold on. How many typically do they get, do you know, on their shift?
So the first day was a lower drop. The second day was a bit higher. and the other day was a bit higher. But I did notice that like the person that prints the images out just prints them and then like dips if it's like small enough.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
but then it still has 2 people.
Yeah. So someone doing this part and
right.
doing the end
doing the
part.
last part, yeah. Huh. Wow.
Yeah,
Good
so
for
it's
them.
interesting. And I was like, oh. And I like brought it up to them and I was like, you know, on our shift it's like just me or
just someone else.
My other friend.
Yeah.
Unless we have a crazy amount.
Yeah. Which is like not even like 13 is a crazy amount to them.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay. I was like, interesting.
Yeah, yeah. They have less people, but they acquaint more people to that area regardless. Interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting.
We're learning a lot on this shift change.
Yeah, but it's good. It's very, like, cool to, like, I forgot, like, how being on day shift is. Because, you know, I mean, I did, like, school full-time, work full-time, and then just night shift is, like, our thing.
Yeah.
And, like, usually when we get off of work, everyone's going to work, everyone's doing other stuff, and we're just, you know, sleeping or doing whatever, just chilling at home. And it's interesting to, like, be able to get off of work and, like, people are, like,
doing things. You're, like, caught in traffic. Yeah. You're, like in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that is one thing about day shift that I miss a lot is, like, when we go to work, there might be a little bit of light left. Not most of the time, especially during the winter. But, like, when, like, I miss the sun. Which brings me to, like, never mind. We'll talk about it later. But
okay.
I wanted to ask you though, do you have friends on that shift already? Like, have you like made lunch friends or anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
I only eat lunch with the one. Well, no, I guess not. I was gonna say I sat with someone who used to work at the last shift, but we weren't sitting there together. We just
next to
at the same
near
table.
each other. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and just by myself.
Okay.
Just vibing.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? But I went to Roller Kingdom on Tuesday. Yeah, it was fun. It was one of our family friends, their work rented out the park or the rink.
Yeah.
And everything was free, the rentals,
nice.
candies, Slurpees and stuff.
Lit.
So yeah, it was cool. I took my friend with me and it was great. I hadn't been on skates in a while. My legs were shaky as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, still had a good time.
Nice.
And, like, almost made the whole night without falling. And then at the very last song.
What was it?
I don't even remember.
So traumatizing.
And there wasn't even a lot of people on the rink anymore because everyone was getting their shoes on and stuff. And, like, I swear my knees just locked and I forgot how to move my legs.
That's so
funny. I just, like, felt myself, like, you know, my arms were swinging. And I was like, trying to, like, balance
catch your balance,
out. And then I just fall on my ass.
Oh, at least it was your ass.
I know, yeah. I was like, I know how to fall for sure.
Yeah.
And then, like, my friend was trying to help me up, and I was like, I gotta take these off. There's no way I can get back up. Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah, but it was fun, and I was like, I should go skating more. I forgot how fun it is.
Yeah.
I wish
skating
we had, like,
is fun.
Other skating rinks in the area.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't just the one. I also wish there was more, like, not necessarily only adult nights, because it's not like I'm looking for alcohol, but also, like...
Well, they do have...
I don't want children, but I mean more days, you know what I mean?
I think... I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember, like, before they used to have, like, you know,
from this time to this time.
From this walk,
yeah, definitely. No, but, like, yeah, it would be nice to have, like, a whole day. It's like,
I remember
it's
when I was younger, which I don't know why we don't do it anymore, because my mom never used to let me go, but the concerts they would do at Roller Kingdom, like MC Magic.
He went to Roller Kingdom?
Like, a few times.
Wow.
Dude. And they would do, like, Halloween events where they would get, like, DJs.
I remember
and, like,
Halloween events.
And there's, like, a few people that played shows there. And I'm like, that's freaking sick.
Dude. It's actually so weird how, like, Roller Kingdom is implemented to Reno.
Yeah.
Like, it's so big here.
Speaking of that, have you ever seen that Roller Kingdom YouTube video?
Well, I was literally about to bring that up because I was going to tell you that I've talked to you about these specific people who made the commercial multiple times, but you didn't know who they were. And I was like, thinking, because they did a whole series about commercials where they just went around the world or the states and like made specific commercials for really strange or like different companies, and one of them had to be Roller Kingdom. So I was also gonna bring up that YouTube video. Yeah, it's like don't do drugs, skate or whatever. And he's like, hey kids, you want some drugs? And he's like, no way, we're too cool or whatever. It's just a cute little Roller Kingdom commercial from Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning. That's their names.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're still making YouTube videos, so that's pretty cool. So you fell on your ass at Roller Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then you just went home?
I cried.
Does your butt hurt or no?
No.
That's good.
No, not at all.
That's good. I fell on my ass and like bruised it, you know what I mean?
That sucks. Yeah. No. Ugh, but I was going to say I hurt my neck.
Oh, like whiplash?
No, like not a roller coaster.
Oh. How?
And to go get an oil change and a tire rotation. And I was like, I'm just going to wait here. Because like it's usually done with like 30, 40 minutes, an hour the most.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like paying my bills and doing stuff on my like laptop. And I was just like working. But the table I was at was definitely lower.
Oh, you're like looking down.
I was like looking down and I kept like trying to like slouch and like still angle, but the chairs were like not very like, they were too sturdy to like lean into them.
Sure.
And it ended up being there for like 2 hours, and the lady actually came out and was like, hey,
can you go home? I'm just kidding.
No. She was like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm so sorry. Like, let me tell you what's going on.
Uh-huh.
We're having someone redo everything that just got done because the person that did it, we've been having issues with, and like we just want to make sure everything was done right. And I was like, okay.
What kind of issues?
I didn't ask.
I wonder.
And I don't know, something bad if they like
redo everything. Yeah. I know, but that's why I'm wondering what if it was like he's putting metal in your oil or something, and it's like, we gotta get him to like flush your thing. I don't know. You know, it would be really crazy if he's doing some complicated shit.
It was something like, I would guess like about him actually not doing stuff.
Like he's just saying he's doing it or something. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know that. I didn't ask.
Then why would they have to redo it? Yeah, I don't know.
She said she had one of the senior techs do it just to make sure everything was pristine.
Good.
And I was like, sounds good. And I had told her that because my back windshield wiper was definitely not doing its job. So I was like, hey, can you check that out and switch it? Mm-hmm. And, she's like, yeah, they'll be like $15 if we do have to switch. And I was like, yeah, just do them all. It's fine.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I get free tire rotations and oil changes.
Wait, so your blade isn't what's working, or it's not swinging?
No, the wipers just...
It's not on there. Yeah, okay, gotcha. You need a replacement. Yeah. Gotcha.
And so then, like, when she came back to get me, she's like, let's get you out of here. And then she walks me to my car, and she's like, oh, yeah, I just waved your wipers.
Nice.
And I was like, oh,
good.
Cool.
They should have.
Like, thank you.
That's nice.
Thank you. No, and it was funny because I was telling my partner, I was like, oh, I got new wipers today for free. And then he's like, what did you do? Or, like, how'd you get them?
5-figure.
And I said, some guy on Marketplace posted that if someone would let him touch their butt, he would get them free wipers.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I went to get them from him. And then he looked like annoyed. And I was like, what?
What?
I was like, I'm just kidding. And he's like, I know. And I was like, then why are you mad? And then he's like, so how did you get him? And I was like, from the dealership. And he's like, oh, nice. How? And I said, someone touched my butt.
That's hilarious.
Like, how did you even think of this? And I was like, I was just thinking about that old trend. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it's the ones where like the girl, like their boyfriend or husband will come out and then they're like, oh my gosh, babe, some creep just told me like if I like let him touch my boob that he'll buy me Starbucks.
And then they have
and then she's like, he went that
Starbucks in their hand.
Starbucks, yeah. And then
hilarious.
He cracked up at that and I was like, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I got that vibe for sure. That's hilarious. I would have laughed.
I was to say, but sorry to go off on a tangent. How was your week?
No, it's fine. Great. I've been having a good week. I've been like I got a tattoo of a star on my shoulder, like the JoJo birthmark.
Wow, that's crazy.
I have been making jokes about how, like, once I get it, I gotta start working out so I can be buff like JoJo's.
Yes, I remember because I thought you told me you had to be buff before you. Or no, my bad. I thought you were gonna get a buff JoJo star tattoo.
Yeah. So, but now that I got it, I don't want to work out.
That's okay. Like, literally, if you stand next to JoJo, you would think you're one of them.
Yeah, for sure. I'm already shredded. No, yeah, I'm a little lazy, I think. But maybe I started taking more walks. So I've been doing walks.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's super nice. Because also, like, not only for me, but for, obviously, my baby dogs, you know.
Yeah.
Walking them is always nice. I've been trying to do it more earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I work graveyards, so I'm trying to get in, like, just a little bit earlier than I would, just so I have a little bit of daylight to walk with them.
Yeah.
So get some sun and stuff, because sun's really important. So yeah, that's cool. I got a new lip piercing. It's called, like, a vertical labyrette or whatever.
It looks sick.
Thank you. She was kissing it earlier. I mean, what?
Tune out.
Yeah, I also wanted to shout out, I know I already said I got a tattoo, but Zlata, who did my tattoo, she's at Zlata Tattoos on Instagram. That's Zlata Tattoos. Zlata Tattoos on Instagram. She's great. She's done my major tattoos. They're professional. The other tattoos I have, I did myself, so you know. But yeah, I just wanted to shout her out. I also went to, you know Bad Apple, Jess?
Yes, I love it.
Did you know they opened another store called Tutti Frutti?
Oh no, what does it have? Same stuff?
Yeah, pretty much the same stuff. It's right across from Holland Project.
Where's that at?
By Wells, like, kind of near before the roundabout.
Okay.
It's just like in one of the little streets, just on the side streets or whatever. And anyway, Holland Project is a great place also. Shout out Holland Project for art and music and all age shows. They give a great place for kids to go to and have fun safely. But across from Holland Project, Tutti Frutti is now open. And I went in there just to see what they have because I am a sucker for blind boxes and little trinkets. I got these two mystery figure like Sanria things. They're pins.
Cute.
I want to bring you and I forgot because I got one twin star. I got the pink haired one, the girl, and then I got a friggin' Cinnamoroll, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna give it to Jess. But I guess, like, these pins, she said hopefully they're gonna order more because I bought the last two. They have different ranks of rarity of the pin. And the ones I got were just the base pins. And then it gets more complex and then a little bit more detailed. They get bigger. But they look pretty cool. They have a bunch of Calico Critter stuff in there. Aww. And I love Calico Critters. The only ones I have, though, are from mystery boxes that come in, like, singles. And I asked her about them and she said they're going to get more, hopefully. The jungle version. I was like, okay, cool, sick. Because I love those. But they have full sets there. And I don't have the money to be dropping on a full set of Calico Critter set. But if any of our fans want to give me a Calico Critter set, much appreciated. I need somewhere to put my little Calico Critters that I have now in a little home. So that would be cool. They have, like, those gotchas or whatever they're called. Like, in Japan, they have, like, basically, like, you put your quarters in and you get, like, a little ball of thing and it has something in it. But theirs is, like, you spin it and then it comes out, whatever. Okay, cool. So, yeah, they have, like, 6, I think, or maybe only 3. I don't know. They're really big out there. So that's pretty cool. And then I went to Grassroots. I got a book there called Music is History by Love Quest. Do you know who that is?
No, but funny because when you said Grassroots, for some reason I didn't think of the bookstore. I was thinking about the Grassroots hat.
Yeah.
Have you seen them before?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. But for some reason I was, like, thinking, like, wow, when did we get a Grassroots store in town?
For hats specifically? Yeah. You have to show me.
Yeah, I will show you.
You have to show me. But yeah, so Grassroots is a bookstore, book company, whatever, that has... They have, like, I think they're really cool. They do like things for teachers and stuff there. Like you can get books or donate books for other teachers to have in their classroom. They always have outdoor sales where all the books out there are pretty much $1. And when I got this book, they gave me a coupon for a free book from out there. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got this book because I like Questlove and I like music and I like to learn. So I just was like, I'll just read from somebody who's very knowledgeable about music and what that is. Because Questlove, what is it called? The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Yes,
you know what it is?
I've heard of it, yes.
They have a band on that show.
Okay.
This is not where the band originated from, but it's Questlove's group. He plays in it. It's called Roots. So that's kind of where a lot of people know him from. But Questlove is very prolific musician and writer and helped write like the Hamiltons album, I believe, that came out and stuff. He's just really cool. So I was really excited about getting that book because it wasn't that expensive either. So I get to use my new metal bookmark. So I'm really excited to start reading it. But yeah, that's pretty much how my week has gone.
Nice. I was going to say, I also forgot to mention, I went and got a little trim yesterday by my friend Ash, who's amazing.
Nice.
And, like, if you're in Reno or Sparks, you should go see her. Her Instagram is hair_by_Ash, ASH, with 2 underscores after. But she's great. I love
so many
her.
Underscores. Go follow her. Or if you need a trim, you already know where to go. What else does she do? Would she do hair, like colors and stuff or no?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Highlights. Yeah, she does full service.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, she does my hair, so
yeah. And if Jess could trust her with her hair, then you could go there too.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna. Whoa! Sorry.
No.
Go
no
ahead.
problem.
No,
I was gonna ask you.
Okay, go ahead. Ask me
if you wanted to maybe talk about some things you've been grateful for.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah, please do.
I'm really grateful for you. And my pets and my family's pets, and I forgot, like, earlier. I just had a flashback right now. Try not to cry.
Well, what?
Just like really grateful for like my mom and like my siblings, and just like, I know it's interesting to hear like the dynamic other people have with not only their mom, because I know that's always like either good or bad, and same with like their father figure, but like specifically with siblings. I just love my siblings so much, dude. I'd do anything for them. Ideally, I'd want to live with them forever. And I just hear other people don't have that dynamic. Like, don't say I love you. Don't hang out. Like, just like, I've hung out with a lot of people who have like been telling me like that they're strayed from their siblings, and like, something happened. And like, I never want that to
like
happen.
controversy, like beef between them.
Yeah, like something happened, or like for whatever reason.
Sure.
Yeah, life.
People are humans, regardless of them being siblings.
Just grateful for them, and like specifically my mom. Also, just she's always been there for me. Always done a lot. Just
Oh, that's nice. That's sweet.
No, I do love her. I wasn't kidding about that.
Yeah,
she's so funny. I gave her a podcast sticker, and she's like, "This is cute. What is it?" And I was like, it's from my podcast." And she's like, "Your podcast? Like you made one?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You didn't tell me you made a podcast." I was like, "Mom, I really did."
That's so funny.
And then my sister was like, "I was right there when she told you." She's like, "No, I don't think so."
That's hilarious. Moms are so funny in that way. I feel like my mom would do the same thing. But my mom was actually, like, the last time I seen her, she was like, "I've been telling everybody. I've been sending your links everywhere." She's like, even to my friends and, like, their kids. She's like, my Spanish-speaking friends, I'm still sending it to them so they can give it to their kids. I was like, you're so funny. Nice. I was like, yeah, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, just grateful to be alive, and grateful for all the opportunities I have had lately. I feel like I've been getting like opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Everything's just kind of like falling into place, which is really nice.
That's good.
I actually had an interview at a salon, and I should be starting next weekend, which is going to be a little bit interesting because I'll be working 7 days, and like, So
yeah.
it's like a good shift though. It's like from 11 to 7. So like
Okay.
when I get off work on Friday, which works out now because I'm on the day shift, but when I flip back to nights, I'll still be able to like take a nap before I go in.
Yeah.
And then,
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's amazing. I'm so glad things are lining up for you. It just makes sense. That's good.
What about you? What are you grateful for?
Nothing. Just kidding. I'm grateful for the same as I usually am. I'm grateful for rest because rest. Sleep.
Hold on. Wait.
Jess doesn't know what rest is because she doesn't get any, so she thought I said rust.
I thought you were trying to say Russ at first.
Russ the rapper?
Yes, and I was like...
I thought you said rust. That's even hilarious.
That's why I was like, I was going to say Russ next. That's why I said Russ. And then I was going to ask Russ.
Hilarious. No, not Russ, but rest. Sleep.
Rest. Okay.
Good night, Mimi's, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've been trying to do a really good job of like making sure I get enough rest.
Yeah.
I am pretty much like, I want to do a lot with my partner. I want to pretty much do everything with my partner. So if he's awake, I'm like, yeah, I should be awake too. You know, I want to watch this show with him, or I want to watch him play video games, or I'll play my rhythm game while he plays his games, whatever. But also, like, that was starting to cause me to lose like an hour or two of sleep that I wanted.
Yes.
So I just started making the decision to be like, I'm just gonna go to bed anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not really missing out on anything. Like, you know, he's eventually he's eventually gonna come to bed. Like, you know, it is what it is. So I've been trying to get to bed more. But I go to bed, like, I turn on my little space heater kind of close to the bed, and then I, like, put my feet off the bed and put it, like, almost right in front of the heater. And then
burn your toes.
It doesn't burn my toes, but dude, I pass out immediately. Like, that is, like, the instant to make me fall asleep is just that. And I'd be laying, like, diagonal across the bed, but that's okay for me. Or horizontal, if you will. But it's so funny. I am also grateful for my little doggies, and like I said, I've been taking them more out on walks and stuff, and since I've been getting up a little bit earlier in the day, that means I also get to see other living creatures during the day.
Yeah, and
including,
you also get sun.
Yes, exactly, which I'm super grateful for the sun and vitamin D, and as somebody who's struggled a lot with mental health help. Sorry, Jess is doing something weird. But as somebody who struggled with mental health help, I think that, like, while the sun won't fix all my problems, it does help. It does absolutely help. Don't let anybody tell you it doesn't. It absolutely does. The sun feels so fucking good. And my dogs do this thing. I'm sure, you know, everybody has pets. I'm sure your animals do it too. And please let me know if they do. Sunbathing. Yes. Like, the sun comes in and they're right there on that spot, you know? And I love doing that with my dogs. Like, the sun's there. We're all laying in the sun because it's just so good for you and it feels so good to be in. But with that is also, like, we'll go out into the porch. You know, I'm a smoker. I'll go out there and smoke, and my dogs are out with me. The birds are out. They're out again, and you can hear them. You can see them. They're literally everywhere. So I'm really grateful for birds, too. I was just thinking that. I was, like, sitting outside, and I was like, man, I love birds. Birds are so great. I love hearing birds in the morning. Yeah, it's so nice. Also, shout out pigeons. No pigeon hate over here, so don't bring it. Anyway.
Yeah, feed them fries, but not close to your house.
Well,
because they come back.
Feed them close to my house, then. I love pigeons.
I don't want them to get scared by the dogs.
Oh, true.
Yeah. And these stray cats.
Yeah. Oh, I think you wanted to say something?
Yeah, that I love you.
Whatever. That's not it. That was not it, guys. She's lying to you.
No, I was going to say I'm also grateful for kind words.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like sometimes people forget, like, how powerful words are in, so like, a positive or a negative way. Like,
absolutely, yeah. That
can make or break someone's whole day, week, month, year.
Well, what is the saying, right? The pen is mightier than the sword.
Oh, yeah. I was like, which one? And, you know, I'm just really grateful for one friend who just told me some really kind words and made me feel really good about myself. And I think, did I mention it last week that sometimes I just feel like I'm not, like, the best friend, or like I'm not too good of a friend.
I don't remember you mentioning that.
Then I was talking to someone else about it, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm not like a good friend, you know? I feel like I'm not the best friend I can be, and I'm so sorry if
Oh,
you guys are my friends, I'm not there for you
no.
enough.
It's crazy. I kind of feel similarly. I think I've actually said maybe like within the past few weeks, like I feel like that's why people don't think I'm a good friend. Like I might have said that to somebody. Like
Okay.
I think that people don't think I'm a good friend. And I think like for me it's not what is it for you? Like why do you think that people would think that, or why do
I
you
don't know.
think that?
I feel like sometimes it's probably just an intrusive thought.
Sure.
Maybe just like not like being available for friends, like because like you were saying, I don't know what rest is because I'm always doing stuff. I'm always working. I'm always like doing one thing. I'm always doing another. And like I like when I'm not doing anything, I'm just sleeping and resting. And like sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not giving certain friends enough time, or giving, you know.
I can see how an intrusive thought would pop up in that realm.
Yeah.
I think for me it's the same. It's like an intrusive thought in a sense, because like I do have a close knit group of friends. Like I don't have a ton of friends, but the friends I have are great friends, and I'm very grateful for them. And we don't always see each other either. We don't always talk to each other, but it's just a mutual understanding that once we are together again, it's like nothing's different. You know what I mean? So that's really nice of your friend to. I think more people should tell their friends that they love them and the positives of their personalities and stuff like that, because it's so easy to like, I guess, assume people know those things about themselves, but everyone is human and everyone isn't thinking of themselves all the time, hopefully, and like
especially
it's nice
with how
to hear
your brain is, how you're so mean to yourself.
It's so nice to hear sometimes, to be like, oh, you're a great person, like your love exudes, you know. That's nice. That's very nice. And I agree with your friend as well.
Oh,
pretty cool. I think we had a birthday.
Yeah, actually, 2 birthday shout-outs.
The
first one was actually yesterday. It was my partner's grandma's birthday. Happy birthday!
Woo woo! Happy birthday!
And tomorrow is my little brother's birthday. He's turning 20, the big 2-0.
2-0.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
I love that. It's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats for another year around the sun, you two.
Yes.
So I wanted to talk about. I was on Twitter the other day, and I have some screenshots to show you.
What do you mean? What's Twitter? Are you talking about
X?
No,
my bad. X. Yeah. Why did he name it that? Oh, because SpaceX?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
I don't follow.
What is it? What's the saying? Don't change it if it's fine. Or
if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah, literally that. So anyway, on Twitter or X or whatever, I saw 2 posts that were like, what is the worst bro code? Or worse, like, I guess, like, what is it called? Like, against bro code. Like, was something someone did? Yeah, what's the violation against bro code that somebody's done? And same for girl code. There was like 2 separate threads. But I was on the girls thread, there wasn't much. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, what do you know? Not much. On the man's side, though, the way that they feel so betrayed by all their friends and they betray each other is crazy. But on the girl side, I found this post that said, when I was in high school, I had a massive crush on this guy. It turns out my best friend wasn't putting in a good word. Instead, she was hooking up with him.
Oh my gosh.
It says years later, keep that in mind. Years later, I found out, so I started chatting with her boyfriend. We exchanged nudes back and forth.
This is, okay.
That's nuts, right? Because, like, how do you... Yeah. I read that and it was like, how do you hold a grudge for so long? Over a high school thing that never happened? Like, how do you go and then try and steal someone's partner?
Dude, people are crazy.
So nuts. We had... you maybe will understand this reference because I don't watch Friends.
Okay.
But in the guy's side, somebody said, one of my friends had sex with our other friend's sister after she had a breakup. And it caused a whole rift in the friend group. but I guess it's okay because they're married now with a kid. And somebody responded, worked out for Monica and Chandler, didn't
Okay.
it? And I thought that was funny. I don't think that, I don't know, what do you think about that? Would you be upset if one of your girlfriends slept with your brother? Who's of an adult legal age?
No.
No, right? I was like, I don't know.
I feel like I would love that.
Because it's two people you care about.
I'd love for you to be my sister-in-law.
Yeah, I just was thinking about how strange.
Would you?
Well, my brother's not of legal age, so I would be mad.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously it was different.
But if my brother was maybe older or something, and I had, I don't know, you're too old for my brother, I think, even if he was an adult. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's, but I don't know. I don't think I would.
I don't go for younger guys, so you're good.
I don't think I would have an issue with it. I guess it just depended. Because, like, I love all my friends and I trust all my friends for the most part.
Yeah.
But I also feel like friendships are different versus relationships,
yes.
like romantic partnerships.
Yes.
So it would really depend on, I guess, my opinion on them in romantic situations.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
But yeah.
That makes sense. I guess if you go into more detail like that, if I knew it was a friend that, like, is
chronic cheater or something.
Wild,
or
cheating.
Or actually, like, hates her partners every time she's with them. Yeah. Then I wouldn't be okay with it. But I feel like that's pretty obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think all my friends are great, so I was like,
You're like, obviously.
I did.
Obviously. And then I wanted to ask you, because I also saw on X a question. It just made me think, because as you probably know, I don't know if our listeners know, I have a great disdain for a lot of celebrities, especially when they're multi-billionaires or multi-millionaires.
She's talking about me, guys.
The question was, who is that famous person that everyone loves but you actually dislike? And I was wondering if you had an answer, because I feel like you're so disconnected from that world, like, of pop culture, like, that type of world. I wonder if that's even a thing in your mind where you're like,
gonna say no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know if you do. And I was talking to one of our coworkers the other, like, a while ago, and we were talking about celebrities and stuff like that, and I was telling them how much, like, oh yeah, I don't like that celebrity, or I don't like this about this celebrity, or whatever. And it just made me realize that a lot of the stuff that I know about these celebrities was all things, like, I never went to look for myself. It just came up. And then I just, like, it just is in my brain now, and it's not leaving, and I just know these things about these people that I wish I didn't know. I think that's something I'm trying to work on too, is just, like, not gossiping.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, even if it's about celebrities, like...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is.
I try not to, or, like, to be mindful about it.
Sure. I guess gossiping is, though, how humans connect.
I was about to say, I think you told me that, right?
Yeah. Humans connect through gossiping, or through like, issues with the same thing, because it's such an easy thing to connect on. But I'm trying my hardest to, like, I guess, limit it, or as much of it as I can, because, I don't know, I heard that millennial therapist Sarah Kubrick was saying on her Instagram that, like, what is the difference between gossiping and venting? And venting is when you're the center of it, but gossiping is when somebody else is the center of it, or it's their story, not yours. And I'm trying to keep that in mind when I talk nowadays. Like, is this my story, or is this somebody else's story?
Yeah.
Do I need to be sharing it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we should all be doing that. Because I heard someone's talking shit about me.
Damn.
I'm just kidding.
Wow,
could you imagine?
I was like, is it that coworker?
That's so funny. No, it's fine. I was just kidding. It was Jess.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up that I was frustrated with, I don't understand how Spotify's, like, audiobook hours work. Like, I understand that you get 15 hours for your billing cycle. And I was like, okay, cool. So mine restarts on the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And I am listening to A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. And, like, I put it on and I, like, went through the whole book. I pretty much used, like, I think maybe 4 hours one day. And then, like, the remainder the next day, and like I literally have 32 minutes left of the book. It stopped because when you run out of hours, it just cuts the audio.
Oh.
And it cut off like at the most crazy intense part of the book. And I was like, what the heck? And so my billing cycle is on the 15th. So I was like, cool. I run to my fucking Spotify, go to play it, and it's like, oh, sorry, like, you're out of hours. You gotta wait 4 more days.
4 days?
So I don't know, like, what date it's going off of. But yeah, so I couldn't listen yet. I think I have 2 days now, or 1.
Well, what? The 15th was Friday?
Yeah. I think, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. But I don't understand why it wouldn't then.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure, like, what they're, like...
Yeah, their prereqs for giving you your hours.
Yeah, and they have this thing that's, like, a 10-hour top-off. It's, like, $13, I think.
What the fuck?
I was like,
$13 for 10 hours?
Yeah, and I was like, And because the book was so good, I was really, really tempted. And this one coworker that knows is going to be proud that I haven't bought them.
Good.
Because they were like, if you buy them, you suck.
That's like, hilarious.
I was like, no, I didn't buy them. And then I was like, okay, I was like $13. And in my head, I assumed this was an add-on. So I thought for $13 extra... 10 hours a month. No, it's literally one-time purchase of 10
for
hours.
$13.
Yeah.
Which is like almost a duo.
Yeah. So.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
They could have made it like cheaper.
They could have.
$10, $1 an hour.
No, yeah. People would definitely buy more if it was like.
If you could do individual hours, I bet even. Because I just need one more hour of this.
Yeah.
One more hour. Yeah.
Just one more.
Is that a smut romance book?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I heard
it was actually
that.
Recommended. So the Two Girls, One Ghost podcast in their Patreon, they have a monthly book club.
Oh, nice.
And so that was the one because lately there's been a lot of stories, fairy smut related and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, let me hop on. But I don't have time to sit down and read. So I was like, let me see if they have the audiobook. They did. And yeah, it's really interesting. It's super cool. I haven't really read fantasy books.
Sure.
And so...
Is this like dragons and stuff or not like that type of fantasy?
There's not... I think... I don't remember because I was just listening. I think there was maybe a dragon, but there's like definitely monsters in it.
Okay.
And like, so the premise is there's this girl who hates fairies and she's
racist?
There's been like a huge war between the fairies and the humans and like, so she's anti-fairy, blah, 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 blah. And she kills this wolf who I guess she knows was a fairy in disguise.
Okay.
She's like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but still goes for the kill anyways. And then so the fairies come and like reprimand her like, hey, there's like a contract, you violated the contract. You can't kill fairies, blah, 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 blah. And so they're like, as your punishment, like, I think... Don't quote me. It's either like you die or like you can come live in the fairy world with us and live out your life there. And then so they take her over there and she's like held hostage, but not really because she can do whatever. She can live her life. She can do whatever she wants. There's no restrictions. But so this is my biggest like thought that I thought of. I'm like, how big are these fairies?
Right. If they're werewolf size, they can change to werewolf size.
Yeah, so they just like more.
And they reprimand her.
And like, they have
later. Actually.
What?
Sorry, that brings up a really good question in my mind. Yeah. Because we've had discussions about imagination and imagining things in your brain. Yeah. And you now just asked, I wonder how big these things are, these fairies are. Yes. Do you picture them in your mind at all?
No, because, I have aphantasia, where you cannot see anything in your head, and I hate it.
So you're not imagining how tall they are to her.
Okay, it's hard to explain, because visually I don't see pictures, I don't see a movie, but I can think of what it would look like, if that makes sense.
Which is imagining.
Yeah, okay, so I guess imagine.
So you're like imagining a still image. Oh.
There's nothing.
But how are you... What do you mean you're thinking of it?
Because you're like, I guess I'm doing thought recall.
Okay, so you know what a werewolf looks like.
I know what a werewolf looks like. I know how tall a 6-foot person
You've
is.
seen fairies in shows and
like
movies.
How big Clifford is. Like,
so because you think because do you think because you've seen like in movies and TV shows fairies be really small, is that why you're like kind of struggling with the idea of like a fairy being as big as her or like grabbing her?
Usually they're super
tiny, yeah.
And I'm like, because she ends up falling in love with someone.
Okay.
They kiss and stuff, and I'm like, is she like?
She's the tiniest little kiss on a fairy.
They're the same size. So in my head, I was like, are the humans really small?
They're also so tiny.
Yeah. So like, obviously, in this,
they're about the same
fairy world or whatever. They're the same size.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they're human size.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
But just an assumption, but that's like what that's up for you to decide.
Yeah. Read the books yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's really good.
That's good.
I liked it.
Nice. That's good. I have a friend who's read the series and she has them, and I've been over and I see them by her desk and she's like rereading them. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool that when people like a book enough to go back and reread it, especially when it's a series, you know, it's like, that's a dedication.
Yeah. And like, when I started like reading it, obviously my feed was a little more like adapted to it.
Risque.
No, I was just going to say, like, on my TikTok feed, it was, like, how to read them in order, and this and that. And I found this really cool video that was, like, start with these, and then, like, after you read these, and I guess it's, like, a whole, like, world type thing.
Sure, yeah.
Which I've, like, never really been into stuff like that, because, like, I don't know. I, like, haven't read or seen Lord of the Rings. I haven't read or seen The Hobbit.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, and I know. Or, like, Harry Potter. I've only seen the first 2-3 movies, I think.
I don't even know how many there are.
There's like 8, I think.
Fuck J.K. Rowling's. Anyway, I haven't really gotten into fantasy either, especially series. Like if I read a fantasy or something, it's typically like a short book or something. I don't know. I've read like books called like This Book is Full of Spiders. Seriously, Dude, Don't Touch, which is about like these things that crawl into your brain and like they take control of you, but like nobody can see them except for John, who is the main character, and his friend, and they are the characters from a movie that was originally a book called John Must Die, or John Dies in the End. Have you heard of that movie?
Is that off to the John Tucker Must Die movie, or no? Is that a different thing?
That's a different one. That's like a X thing. Like they all hate him, so they want him to die. That might have been like what I was confusing you for, but it's called like John Dies in the End because it's a movie about like it's soy sauce, but it's not soy sauce, and it's a trip. It was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but if you get a chance to watch it, you guys should, because it's a good movie. It's a good book. The writer's really good. I think his name is David Wong. I could be really wrong on that. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, seriously, dude, This Book is Full of Spiders, Don't Touch is a really good book too. And I guess it's like the next book in the series, but it's not necessarily right after. And I think like that's the difference between like, that's why I'm not into series. Like I want to be able to read them as separate entities and still have like an idea, but it is still the main characters, still the same people. So it's about as like deep as I've gotten into series, I think.
Yeah.
Have you read a lot of series?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No. I was gonna say my dog Moon looks so cute right now. She's all we'll post a picture.
Yeah, she's so cute.
She's just like sleeping with a big smile, so our podcast soothed her to sleep. We're so funny. She's just smiling still.
She's so cute. I love her little paw twitching as she's sleeping. Cute. You brought up TikTok at some point.
Yeah, I did.
And how they told you about the books.
Yes. Thanks for listening to what I'm saying.
Of course. I'm here with you. I'm present. I feel like that's like my ultimate goal when talking to people all the time is just be actively as present as I can.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck's the point if you're not you know, like what are you doing anyway?
TikTok.
Yes, so I wanted to talk to you about this woman on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen her at all yet, but she has a child. I don't want to say the child's name because I just don't want her getting more views on TikTok. I don't want people to find out what her thing is and go give her more views, because she's a really, like, she's pretty adamant on she's not doing anything wrong. But anyway, so she has this little girl, and she's had this TikTok since the little girl was like a baby. Okay. Like when you wash them in the tub, in the sink type baby, you know?
Yeah.
They're telling so other people have been telling her that, like, her videos are kind of getting a large following and large amounts of comments, and it seems to be from weird people. It seems to be like inappropriate, and it might not be wrong. And remember, we were talking about how people are always worried about going viral and not necessarily what's going viral. And when you put your child in it, they are the ones that are going viral, even if it's your videos. Like, they're the ones being looked at. We've also talked about deep fakes a very little bit.
Yeah.
But if other people don't know, a deep fake is an AI thing where you can take an image or a video of somebody already doing something, or a picture, a still image, and make it look like they are doing something they never did. Yes. A video with their face on it. People have done it with presidents in the past.
And celebrities.
And you can find deepfake porn of celebrities. Yeah. I think the biggest one right now is Taylor Swift, and she's trying to sue and stuff like that because her likeness is being used. Yeah. But anyway, this woman is being, like, warned against all this stuff, saying that her child, which you would think, like, why her? Why her child, you know? Why this specific woman? Why does she have to be worried? Well, she's putting her baby in front of a camera and then, like, giving it a pickle. So, okay, so you know the challenge where people put a marshmallow in front of a kid and they say, don't touch it. If you don't touch it, you have 2 marshmallows. Yeah. Well, instead of doing something like that, she gives her this, like, those little dill pickles or whatever, those tiny ones. And she puts it in front of her and then, like, tells her, like, you know, don't touch it or whatever. And the baby grabs it because it's a baby. And she's just, like, sucking on it or, like, you know, putting it in her mouth because she's teething or whatever. She's not, like, doing anything inappropriate. But people are looking at it inappropriately. Okay. And so they're telling her and they're trying to warn her about it. And she also has this one video where it's like one of an earlier video where her baby is very young. And she has her in a bath, like, naked in the sink. Yeah. I don't think we see anything, like, below the chest, but she's naked. And the caption on the video is man's girl. Like, I guess, like, she's a man's girl, like, men love her or something, which is a really weird caption to put on your baby. Yes. Anyway, so people are telling you all this stuff, and she made some video about how, like, she talked to the cops and apparently the FBI, and her daughter's likeness is nowhere on the internet, so people need to stop saying that, and people need to stop trying to say that weirdos are watching her content. And everyone's like, you're fucking kidding yourself if you think that weirdos aren't watching your content and that you don't know what you're doing. We all know you know what you're doing. And I guess the FBI and the cops are not the people who handle stuff like that. Okay. So people are calling her out also for lying about even checking if it existed online. Because she clearly doesn't care if it exists. And I was just like, I was just wondering, because I feel pretty strongly in one way about it, which is that she shouldn't be doing this stuff, but it also doesn't matter what I think because she's that girl's mother. Yeah. So I was wondering what you thought, because as people with no children, just little dogs, but siblings who are young. Yeah. Would you, and you know, we've in the past talked about content that we thought was inappropriate for a younger child to be doing. Yes. But now, do you think it's different when the mother is the one exploiting the child for views? Do you think that it's maybe not necessarily okay, but really nobody else's business because that's her child?
Yes, I think that what you just said exactly. But also, I guess if I was a mom and for whatever reason, I always have everything on private except my TikTok because I only post clips of me playing COD on there. You know? Yeah. Everything else is private. You send me a friend request, I don't know you. I think you're fucking weird. Yeah. Why do you want to be my friend? Why do you want to look at my stuff? Who are you?
Who are you? Yeah.
Like, thanks for thinking I'm cool, but like, please, I don't know you, and like that really freaks me out. Yeah, but I'm just weird like that. Everything's private, you know. Yes. On my younger sister's TikTok, it's friends only, and her friends are just like me, my mom, and my siblings. Yeah. You know. Yeah. But if I was a mom and I found out that, like, whatever videos I was posting were, like, being used in a weird way, I would make my account private. I would remove all these followers or whatever and just stop posting. You know, if I wasn't gonna go private, then I just wouldn't post them anymore,
or delete the past videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's strange to hear all these, like, people be concerned for your kid and you not be concerned.
Yeah. Then I'm like, get me checked. What's going on?
Yeah,
up here?
what's happening?
Going on? Yeah.
That's that validation. People are looking for that external validation.
Yeah. I was going to say, are you done with this topic or do you have any more commentary?
No,
okay.
That's it.
We actually have an anonymous write-in.
Oh.
Just an Am I the Asshole? So very exciting. But let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My friend Kate and I were planning on going to watch Dune this Friday because that's the only day I'm able to hang out. And she told me she would let me know if she could or not. So I'm like, okay. And this was on Tuesday. By the way, now it's Thursday. And I asked her again to let me know if she's able to hang out. And she replies with, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to hang out. So I said, well, to make it easy on you and not put any pressure for us to hang out, because in my opinion, clearly there's something else that's holding her back from hanging out. I said, let's reschedule for next weekend. Am I the asshole for not waiting for her to confirm day of?
Interesting. Do you think they're the asshole?
I don't think they're the asshole for, deciding to maybe make a move. I don't know.
Sure.
I feel like when you and I plan something, we're pretty good at can we do it this day or not? And if we're unsure, we're pretty good at getting back to each other really quick. But, if it's getting closer to the day of, I feel like you and me message each other a little bit more like, hey, are we still
What's going on?
But,
Yeah. It definitely is a two-party system.
Yeah, I don't think they're at fault for saying, you know what, let's just reschedule, because I feel like that's them taking initiative and saying, hey, it's been so long.
Yeah, can I get a response?
Yes.
Well, I don't think they're the asshole, but I do think that, was it 4 days in between from the first day they make the plans to the day they're supposed to? It's about 4 days. So I don't know. I don't know. 4 days isn't a long time. And 4 days is kind of a short notice for money as well. And I don't know. So it really depends. I know the question isn't, am I the asshole for making the plans? You're also not the asshole for trying to reconfirm the plans or figure out if the plans are happening. I think they're definitely a jerk for, your friend Kate is definitely a jerk for, not even trying to put the effort in to trying to confirm these plans with you or not. But also at the same time, when they say, oh, because I know that there must be something else going on. I wonder if that alludes to them knowing this, their personal life is always hectic or something. So do they already have an understanding that this person is and will kind of be flaky? Because if that's something you've already accepted into your friendship, how mad can you be when you've been allowing it for so long? There's just some people who are like that. And there's people who are friends with people like that, and there's friends who can't be friends with people like that. And so I think it really depends on that. But overall, no, I don't think they're the asshole.
Nice.
So, yeah, maybe get friends, maybe plan weeks in advance so that's not the only day you have available. Maybe your friend could also then have more time to allot that day to you. I've been trying to watch JoJo's with one of my friends for a while now.
Yeah.
And, it's been kind of hard because she's so cute. It is so cute. Sorry, Jessica's dog is doing something so cute right now.
She does.
She's so cute. But it's been kind of because we typically record on Sundays.
Yeah.
But because your whole thing, we were doing it at night, and now we're kind of trying to do it earlier and stuff like that. So I'm able to. Yeah,
I was going to say, which kind of defeats the purpose that I'm going to start working next weekend, because we're going to have to do it after 7 when I get off.
Yeah. Which, yeah. So.
I'm sorry. JoJo.
No, but yeah, I was going to say, but also this person that I watch JoJo's with gets off typically 3 to 4 around there, if not later, because they do a very important government job. But they come over and we watch JoJo's on Sundays as well. And so finding that time, last week, couldn't watch JoJo's.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. We didn't plan this accordingly. We didn't plan it way ahead.
Yeah.
3 days, 4 days is not enough notice for me. I had already added these plans. You know, I'm not going to cancel my other plans.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But so that weekend, I said next weekend, Sunday, we are going to watch JoJo's. And she said, okay. We didn't talk, literally did not communicate at all until yesterday. Yeah. Asked her, hey, what time are we watching JoJo's tomorrow? She's like, around 3 or 4 when I get off. Yeah. That's good enough for me. Because I'm like, yeah, okay, I know that it's going to happen. I know that it'll be around this estimate of time. Yeah. I've already allotted myself the night of Sunday to watch JoJo's. So I'm not really, like, worried about anything. And I feel like that's where, like, I don't know, friendships are like everything. Everything is not just one person doing everything. It's 2 people. Yeah. So definitely give yourself space, but also make space for your friends. Like, you have to actively be thinking about hanging out with them too. It can't just be this last minute thing that you expect them to put all this energy on as well. Yeah. In my opinion. Humble opinion. Oh. Cry. Okay,
Jess is abusing her niece over
That's why
here.
she's still here, right? She's still literally in my face. I love her.
Let her go.
Oh, no. We're gonna think I'm crazy. Anyway. Do
you have anything else you want to talk about?
Do you remember on email spam and Facebook spam when you would get like messages like, if you don't share this with 10 people, your grandma's
chain
gonna
letters.
die? Yeah, chain. Is it just called chain letters or chain mail? Because I've been calling it chain mail, but that's also like the armor. So I don't know.
As far as I know, everyone calls them chain letters.
Chain letters. Okay, so chain letters.
You have to send them to a chain of people.
Yeah. Okay, so you remember this?
Yeah.
I have always had high anxiety as a kid. Yeah. I was on TikTok and I was scrolling.
Did you get a chain TikTok?
Yeah. And I didn't know they did that. I didn't know we were doing that nowadays.
Dude, it's still been happening. I just passed them. I only repost the good ones.
Okay, so I haven't even seen a good one. I've never seen bad ones. I just get this one randomly. I'm scrolling and I get one and it's like, share or like and repost or your mother's gonna die.
Oh my god.
And it was like from a page.
Did you do it?
No, but it was from a page called like what is it called when you put it out there in the universe? Manifestation. It was like called manifesting and something else. I was like, what the fuck kind of page is this? What are we doing on TikTok? And I got kind of anxious. Like, I know that they're not real.
That's why I asked if you did it.
No, but I know that they're not real, but something inside me, I was like, what if this is the one that is real? And I'm like, ugh. So I like reported the page. I like blocked the page.
This is not okay to be out there.
I like blocked it. And like I went on some rant to my partner about how like this shouldn't exist. Because like I have anxiety about it, even though I know it's not real. There's somebody who's going to be scrolling, see that, and think it is real. Or a young kid is going to see it and think it's real. And one of the things is the caption said, if you can't figure it out, visit the link in my bio.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, dude, they're trapping people. They're getting people to click this link. Like, that's so scary.
No,
like,
I was gonna tell you that the person that sends them to me the most is my little sister.
That's so scary. That's what I'm saying. Like, these kids, and then that's probably
they're funny ones. Like,
oh, sure.
They're not like your
mom's gonna die. Yeah. I was gonna say, because I can see how a kid seeing that when they're young, that might spark the anxiety. If they didn't already have it already, they're like, holy shit, like, people are trying to kill my mom. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was nuts that I didn't know they were on TikTok, and now that I know, I'm like,
I barely see them. I've mostly seen them in meme form, where it's like, oh, the bad luck goblin has reached
that's
your
hilarious.
page. Like, if you don't share, you're gonna get like 7 years bad luck or something.
Sure.
But then it'll be the one I always reshare when it comes up is the what's the word? Oh god, I can't think of it. But he's like, it's this puppy. He protects you.
From all of those things. Yeah, it's like a good luck puppy or something. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like those
I share
ones.
him, and I'm like, you guys go. Take that
I've done that in
off.
the past, and so somehow, like, I try to remind myself when I see them now, like, no, I've already shared that puppy, so I'm okay forever. Yeah, like, the puppy saves
it's a one
me.
And done,
yeah, once you do it once, you're good. So
everyone,
like,
oh no, I'm shielded.
Yeah, keep an eye out for the puppy. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
But that was it. So
yeah.
Anything
did
for
you
me?
watch the new episode of Not Dead Yet?
Is it out?
I don't know. Which one's the last one you saw?
The last one I saw was the cubicle one.
Yeah. Okay.
Jess, I went... dude, Jess, I last couple Wednesdays, because it hasn't been out for the last few Wednesdays. It's been, like, a while. I was on Hulu, because it comes out the day after on Hulu. Yeah. And I was on Hulu, and it wasn't uploaded. It said it wasn't going to be uploaded till this week, which is not the same week as it was supposed to have been. So it's been, like, 2 weeks since it was supposed to air that it's airing now. And I was, like, confused, because I didn't know why. But does this one have dogs?
No.
Okay, so then one after this one that's coming up has dogs, because I saw on Rick Glassman's podcast, he's like, my coworkers have been great today, and it's like a bunch of dogs. Nice, I was like, that's awesome, so I can't wait for that episode. But no, I haven't. You watched it?
Yeah, I did. It's so good. We'll talk
about
it
next episode. Yeah, next episode. But definitely. For now, you want to go?
Where are we going? I'm just kidding.
To my place.
Oh, do you want to go get boba?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I do.
All right, guys.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for joining us in the Vis.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.